This is the number one thing that I want you to know about your hormones and your emotions. However you're feeling is valid. You really are sad about that. You really are upset about this. Those are valid feelings. The reaction to my emotions. Hello, hello. Ooh, my hair's kind of crazy right now. Stuff all over, you guys. I'm just not. It's fine. My camera's broken. I'm using my phone to do this. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shayla. I make these videos every Wednesday. Typically, I'm pregnant right now, so I'm feeling a little tired, so sometimes I miss a week. Kind of granola, a little bit hippie. I traveled full-time for a few years. Now I'm here in Minnesota doing the pregnancy thing. So if you're into that sort of vibe, please subscribe. This week it is about pregnancy hormones because holy man, they are real. Next week I'm going to talk about food cravings. So if you have been pregnant and have had some weird food cravings, food aversions, I want to hear about your weird cravings and I'm going to share them on my next week's video. But this week I'm talking about pregnancy hormones because anytime anyone asks me how my pregnancy is going, like, knock on wood, it's going pretty well. Sometimes I'm hormonal AF. So I wanted to share that with you and see if you guys can relate. My mom told me that I've always been this way. She's like, you would just be so emotional. And I remember this. If you asked me if I had my period, it has nothing to do with that. You've always been a little bit hormonal. I always start, every pregnancy is different. Every human is different. Everything is different. I'm just sharing my experience with you. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying what's happened to me and see if you can relate. My hormones kicked in before my pregnancy test showed up. I remember going to a party and coming home and crying to my sister that I felt like I didn't fit in. What's going on, Shay? Then like a week later, I had a positive pregnancy test. I think that your hormones can start immediately. And I was told that as soon as you get pregnant, a bunch of switches go off. Your body's like, okay, we're pregnant. And for me, that's when the hormones started. I just remember one night, I felt okay. Seth, I just want you to know that everything's okay. Right now, I need to cry. Okay? So that's what's gonna start out. Sobbing, crying, snot running down my face. I don't know. I promise nothing's wrong. Just the other night, I just started crying and he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know, my body's changing, it's weird and I know it's fine, but it's a lot. Crib's made, but the registry still needs to be done. So much that needs to be done and there's so many changes that are happening that it's just a crazy time. The other day we were at the gym. Seth is like, oh, I'm gonna go run 2 miles. He runs 1.5 miles and I looked at him like, oh, why are you only running 1.5 miles? And he was like, I don't really like it when you do that. Is this for the rest of my life? I was so upset. I finished running or probably walking or whatever I was doing. And then I went into the room and did yoga. Like a dimly lit room, thank God, because I just went in there and just started crying. Feeling so sad. To the point where I'm Googling, how do you know if you're depressed during pregnancy? That's a very real thing. If that's like a thing for you, please talk to your doctor and go get it checked out. Your life is changing. Your hormones are changing. It's okay. I was excited about my baby. I was just feeling down. So there's like baby blues. There's different degrees. Seth has been so great. He's been so great. Seth, I'm so sorry that I'm being so crazy. So when people ask me how I'm doing, ask him how this pregnancy's been going. He's like, Shay, I get it. I understand that there's like a lot going on. I'm giving you some grace. It's okay. I'm just pretty grateful for that outlook. So if your lady is pregnant, please just give her some grace. She also thinks that she's going a little bit crazy. People used to call me the ice queen. You're an ice queen, you don't have any feelings. And I was like, okay. Now I get down a rabbit hole on Instagram of watching birthing videos every time baby gets placed on the chest. This is so beautiful. Even when I watch Disney movies, I cry. Let me give you some tips for if you're feeling some type of hormonal. This is what I did that completely changed me and it made me so. I started meditating. There's an app called Headspace and I wish I was sponsored by them. I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks for the year. They have a pregnancy specific one. Shut down your brain, calm down. I don't do this every day, so I'm not like the best at this, but when I start to feel like here or when I can't fall asleep, I turn on my app and I go through a pregnancy thing or a sleeping meditation, anxiety, relationship. That has helped me a lot. You can choose. I want to do it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, but seriously, just like slowing down because I'm like this a lot when I'm not napping. If you need to go to therapy, this is the best time to do it. Start sorting out everything with you and your relationship before the baby gets here. Why not? Sometimes when I'm feeling insane and crazy and I have no idea what's going on, maybe in 2 hours I'm going to be okay. Or maybe tomorrow I'm gonna feel normal. Or maybe you don't and then you need to go see somebody, and that's okay too. I kind of thought like, oh, you're pregnant, you're crazy, whatever, was sort of like, no. This is the number one thing that I want you to know. Your feelings are valid. However you're feeling is valid. You really are sad about that. You really are upset about this. Really are feeling some type of way about it. Those are valid feelings. The reaction to my emotions are the hormones. So normally you'd be like, oh man, that kind of bummed me out. Now you're feeling bummed out, but instead you start sobbing or you question your whole life. I am always thanking Seth. Thanks for loving me, because truly it can be a lot. It's a lot for me. I can't imagine what it's like for someone else to work with my feelings and emotions. It's just a crazy time. If you want to share a story about your crazy hormonal, emotional story, I would love to read them because sometimes they're fantastically hilarious. And next week, I'm going to talk about some weird pregnancy cravings that I've had, and I want to share yours. So comment below and I will share them next week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you then. Mwah. Bye.